Hey, what's going on, everybody? In this video, we are talking about the Magic Johnson drop, the anthology drop that just happened just yesterday. I wanted to go over some of this and also talk about some things that they did well, went really well with this, and a couple things that didn't go so well, and then also want to talk about some future possible anthology drops that they could do on Top Shot, which would be pretty sweet. So, first off, here we have one of the rare moments minted out of just 999. Right now, lowest ask is 368. If we come look at this, there are a few to get this one back up to 400, but if we take a look at this one over the last 7 days, you'll see that there was a lot of early sellers. I think the lowest sale was 335 here, it actually looks like, but early on 340, and then a good amount of sales above 400, even for some cereals that weren't that great. So if you wanted to immediately sell to essentially break even on this pack, you could have sold it for a little above 500, 400 here, and there was a good amount of sales above 400. So all in all, this pack was break even no matter what you hit, but it was insanely hard to hit one of these four moments you see here. Two rares, all of them with the championship badge, and then a legendary out of 85 that is going for just under 3,000 right now, and then the legendary out of 80 is just under 8,000 now. And all these are down a little bit since yesterday, but obviously still pretty much a pretty good pack to buy, and with the potential to hit this rare here out of 500 or one of these legendaries, but not too many Magic Johnson moments released. Just around 1,600, 1,700 of these moments, so it was pretty sought after, and most people that lined up to get it were not able to, obviously, because there was just so few of these Magic Johnson moments released out there. If we look at this drop, you can see the odds here. So hitting a legendary actually was like a 10% chance if you combine both of these, with a 30% chance to get the platter pass, which was that one out of 500, and then the one out of 1,000, 60% chance. So decent odds to pull a legendary here and turn $400 into a few thousand at least, maybe even more. Basically, anyone could get in on this drop. If you were in the priority queue, had a better chance, 1,200 of them, and then the general queue, just 400 of them. So pretty hard to get that, and honestly, I love that Top Shot is doing that with all these drops now, including the WNBA one. Also, and then there were four. A lot of people lined up, and a lot of people just missed out on packs. So good to see that. I think that is creating more demand out there, and people are seeing like how much they could have made with the WNBA pack and then there were 4-pack, and they're basically going to be positive EV for those, and including this Magic Johnson. Assuming that if you got the one out of 1,000, you were able to sell it for over 400. All of them were positive EV, so that's great to see. And on Twitter, everyone was super hyped to be able to pull one, which was also awesome. And they didn't really care which one they got. Everyone was just stoked to get a Magic Johnson moment because they're so rare on the platform. Just 1,600 total of them. So that was also good to see people tweeting about it. They were excited. And then people who missed out on the drop, like me, definitely had a little FOMO with that one of not getting a Magic Johnson moment. So I think it was really great and successful drop. And just one thing that I saw on Twitter that did not go as planned here was this guy Sheppy711 tweeted about this. I mean, a lot of people on Twitter were talking about this, not just him, but this one account, All Things Nike, basically was gifted a ton of moments to get his collector score eligible to be in the Magic Johnson drop. And then I guess you can't really see it in this screenshot, but he pulled the number 32 cereal on the Magic Johnson debut moment, which is obviously the most sought after, his jersey number. And I don't know what it would be going for, but at least since that one's 7,000 right now, I mean, a jersey number serial would maybe go for $100,000 or something crazy like that, possibly even more, just based on some of the sales that we've seen on Top Shot for jersey numbers of legendaries of some of the best players ever. So definitely some fishy things going on here with this account and him being able to pull that jersey number on the best legendary that you could get in the drop. So that was the only thing that didn't go well. Don't know exactly how that happened, but definitely not a good look there on that. But essentially everything else with this drop went well. Everyone was excited about it. And now I'm going to talk about some of these anthology drops, since this one was so successful, that they could potentially do down the road. And the first one, it's got to be Michael Jordan. I mean, there's rumors of them doing an archive or run it back type of pack for the 86-87 season, which Michael Jordan would be a part of, along with other players like Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, those kind of guys. But the two in there would be Michael Jordan and then Larry Bird. So I don't know if they're just going to do a drop with Jordan and Bird and not hype it up like they did for Magic Johnson. I mean, Michael Jordan is a investor into NBA Top Shot, so I would think he would be doing something like this with an anthology drop. I think that could have even more hype than a Magic Johnson because everyone knows who Michael Jordan is. He's probably the most famous basketball player of all time. So I think just a Jordan drop would be insane if he decides to do it that way. And with Larry Bird, since he's more of like a soft-spoken guy, pretty humble and not super out there as far as doing media appearances and all of that, I don't think we would see this kind of thing from Larry Bird as far as him going on kind of an AMA style thing with Top Shot like Magic Johnson did and doing all that for a drop. So I would say Michael Jordan would be definitely one of the sicker ones and one that we could possibly see maybe this summer even. And then the next one I think would be Kobe Bryant, which would generate about the same hype as a Michael Jordan, I would say. And obviously they'd have to do something different for a Kobe drop, but doing it in this style of anthology I think would be super sick to get the first Kobe Bryant moments on the platform as well. So the last thing about this is a signed NFT. You can see here in this video tweeted by NBA Top Shot that Magic Johnson actually signed this NFT, which is also pretty cool. The first one on the platform to be an autographed NFT, and I just think that it makes it that much cooler, and you can actually see him signing it right there. So that's pretty cool. And then, I mean, on the actual thing, you can't really see it. I feel like so right here you can kind of see the autograph and here, I guess, but I don't know why they didn't just make a full like square piece right here of the autograph. Thought that would have been pretty cool, but some really cool artwork on this one as well. And oh, here it is down below. They have the autograph right here, which is pretty cool, and you could see it in motion and then replay it. So I think the autograph aspect is pretty cool. It makes this one even more valuable. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one about the Magic Johnson drop. Some future anthology drops that they could do with Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Let me know who you guys would like to see in an anthology drop down below. Subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in another one.